Okay, 1835, good luck. So we've not played before. Let's go. Opponent's gone berserk there. 2,700 games just about. Let's go back to the Caro for this one. I'm not far off 800 now. Okay, d5 is still the correct move here. So we might as well play it then. White takes. Okay. The idea is you're trying to really open up the f-file when you play this line. So I'll get my bishop outside the pawn chain. Even though he's gone berserk, he's still got 5 minutes. No need to play it too silly fast. I'm just going to develop and threaten the pawn. But we're just aiming to castle. So the bishop's under attack. So we'll take. We're not going to be taking here, of course. Let's get castle. He'll probably just chuck the pawn at some point, I would imagine. So do we do the same here? Let's get our knight up first. It just means it's going to be more awkward to push this pawn forward. I could sack a pawn here. Maybe I need to do that actually. Take here. Back. Actually, it's quite scary that. I know what have I walked into? I'm going to bring the knight across and try and use the knight as a giant pawn, I think. I'm going to sack a pawn and maybe even a second pawn. So here, here, queen takes. Yeah, actually, it's no good, is it? What the heck's happened here? I'm going to have to come back over and go this way. Okay, I'll check this carefully after the game. Okay, so he has come forward, so we only have one move we can actually play not to lose the game on the spot there. He just needs a good square for his queen, which he's gone for, but it does give us a chance to push. Takes, takes, queen takes. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it, aren't I? Maybe I could even go with a rook if he takes, but then it's still a very big attack coming. If I take with a knight, I hit the queen, but he's actually gone back. That I didn't expect. So we could be just lost here. I'm going to play queen across and try and chase this queen away. I guess knight down might be the obvious move. But queen up, we stop this for one move. Okay, so queen up is really my only move here, isn't it? Otherwise he's just sacking. And even if we move across, we can't stop it. Takes, takes, rook takes, and it's over. So I have to play queen up here and give my king the chance to run back to the other side, I think. So he's come forward. So have we got queen up here? And then he'll have to maybe go back. Might still give him a chance to sack, though. The knight's under attack, though. Actually, yeah, it is. Knight's under attack. So let's guard the knight. Okay, now he's played rook across. So we have to drop back, I think, and hope we get knight across and maybe pawn up at some point. Rook up. Wait, what's that? Wait, have I got knight across here now? He's threatening to come in there. Yeah, this seems a little bit off this game. I hope I'm wrong with that, but it seems like it is. Being played a little bit too precisely for the rating, so this might be my last game of Rapid. I'm not going to mess about any more games if there's all sorts of nonsense going on. I think I can take here, mind. Okay, now if I come up, knight out wide leads to rook here, right? I have to go here. Hopefully my opponent's legit, of course, and I've just played a terrific game. That's what I want. Here we just take the rook, so he's gone back, but now here is a move. So do I need to split my rooks here? Or even just push the pawn up? What about this side? But that might just give him a platform. I think I need rook across, knight check, maybe just step aside. Let's put the rook on the open file and just run the king this side, maybe. He's played rook across. Okay, I'm going to launch on this side now then. Okay, now I'm going to step aside this way. I might have to go defensive here, might have to, but it seems fine in the short term. Okay, but now we can launch one right, and he's just allowing us to unwind our position slightly. But I really need to study this variation of the opening, don't I? I've got to really study this variation of the opening. So if I go here and hit the rook, he just takes. If I push up, he comes back, but we've got a nice advanced pawn. There's no other real candidate moves. You're not going to play rook up. So let's just push. Okay, but this is now covered. I can't really run away from here. So I might play knight back to guard and cover this and threaten to jump in. I want to try and work on these because he can still blast this open as well. So I'm looking at just knight up next to try and chase this knight away and then free my rooks up. So he's now come to this side. Okay. If I go here, I think he just comes back. So I'm going to go here and free my rooks up this side and maybe push. Okay. I'm not quite sure what he's lining up here. He's seen something. I want to try and activate my rooks. And I'm trying to pay attention to the clock. It's 6 minutes against a bit over 2 now. But you see, he's just naturally quick player. I'm not a naturally quick player. Oh, he's trading the knight. That should be good for us. It should be. It doesn't mean it is, but it should be. So I think we can now start activating our rook here. So let's come here with a view to push. We'll try and give him some defensive moves to make. I mean, I guess he can do this and open it up this way as well, but we're going to try and break through now. Okay, I think we can still do that. Take, 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 check, king up, check, rook blocks, double up, and we should be okay, I think. So I think it's time to push, or we could even go here. Excuse me. So we take. Yeah, he has indeed gone for that move. I think I'm fine to take here first, though. Because if he gives up the rook, we're going to win a free pawn. So here, I think we just take here as well. If he goes with the rook, we take. So he's going to have to go with a pawn, I would assume. My king's a bit vulnerable here, mind. So what about rook up, or rook up to guard the pawn, or just simply here to double up? Actually, no, I'm going to force you to decide what you're going to do with your king first. And he has gone defensive. This might allow us to go for a checkmate, actually. He might have missed a mate threat. So he has to deal with it straight away. So take, take, rook across, rook back. I'm starting to come around. It's still difficult to win, but it's got to be right to do. Let's see if we can get him a bit defensive. And try and run our king round, because he's chosen berserk mode, so he's got that little bit less time. So here, check, here, I think I actually come here, just threaten a check and come across or something. Try and get my rook behind his pawns instead of in front of. Wait, what's that? Check. Okay, let's come up now and try and come behind. Obviously, I'm trying to play his clock as well as the position. That might be the losing mistake, hopefully. He's lost his pawn. It's still 3-3, but we've got our pawn back now. So we can throw a check in first, or we can just simply take. I'm just going to simply take. Now I could do with my king here, of course, but what if we go this way? If he pushes, I think I take, but I think I need to get behind. Yeah, that's what he's done. So we need to take, although we could check first. And if he comes either of these, we simply take here. If he goes here, yeah, we check first and then we threaten this pawn. He needs to guard it. So now we can check here and we can collect the pawn. So he's definitely gone wrong now. Oh, there was a slight issue there. Something happened there. What was that? When I made that move, it was like something glitched or something. Okay, now he's got to guard this, but now we can just start running our pawn, I think. His king's cut. We can bring our king up. And we should be better now. We should be winning now. He's played a seriously good opening, hasn't he? I need to really look at this opening after the game. Very, very dangerous. If he hadn't have gone berserk here, I'd be really struggling this one. But now we come in and we collect another pawn. Yeah, I think it's still right to collect. It does let his king come back, but the pawns should all collapse now. So let's just come here. Put in a tremendous effort. I need tremendous effort. I play this opponent 10 times. I've got no chance of winning 10 of them. No chance whatsoever. Very good. Let's just march the pawns up. Okay, let's just push and bring the king behind the pawn, which is all about avoiding stalemates now, of course. There's nothing wrong with him playing on just in case we do it. So here, across here is a stalemate. So here, across, check, he can take. How do we do this actually? Here, he has to step up either way. Then we push the other one, right? I think it's the middle one. Just trying to remember my endgame theory. I think it's the middle pawn there. Now we can go here. And he can't go back here. He can take, we definitely queen. So that's the right one. And there's no stalemate there. So we'll get this one first and then this one. And we get the win. But what a dangerous game that was. We probably worse out of the opening there, weren't we? Let's just put it through the analyzer and take a look at that. He's played a tremendous game there. 73 moves. They're the move times, but he's playing it really quickly out of the opening. Those first few moves. I know he went berserk, but he was still playing it very, very fast. Still had 5 minutes. But we must have been worse out of the opening, I would imagine there. But let's just see. So this is where the game has turned, just with one simple mistake. Completely level here. Then pushing that pawn, and we found the right line. And it was completely level here, but yeah, we're much worse out of the opening. So we've made a mistake out here. What is it? It's a blunder. 92% versus 89%. CPL is actually 18 and 31. My average is actually a little bit above that, so at our level it's a good game. But let's see where our blunder was. We can already see it here, but let's take a look. Should not have taken the knight there. I should have played the rook straight across to c8 and just held my ground basically and left everything in place, and because I took here it then kicked my knight, and that's what's given me the problem. And in that one move with suddenly 2 point something worse, that goes back to 1.2. This was okay, and we should have played the king up here and tried to run immediately. King f7 was the right move there, not queen across to challenge his queen. So you can just simply take the pawn here, which he didn't do. So you can just simply take. And yeah, it stops me coming in, so we've really gone wrong here, haven't we? So this was good though, this was correct. We're still 2.3 here, and we're just going to start gradually coming back down now. So considering how defensive it got, we played it pretty well for the rest of the game. So this was all pretty good, but it's all flatline level now. Basically, it stays level until this fatal mistake when he pushes his pawn. And here, if he comes forward to hit the rook, we just take this pawn. You can take, we take back, or you can push and we just go behind. And we're going to get that one as well. So we ended up getting that pawn, and then the rest of them then suddenly fell, and we managed to convert a good win. Then in the final position here, it's just about avoiding stalemate, so just trying to remember the technique. So in this position, we need to push the middle pawn, so the king's got a choice of squares. then we can push the opposite pawn to where you go, and you've still got squares to drop back to, so it's not a stalemate. So very tough game, wasn't it? I'd play that opponent 10 times. I'd do well to win a match. I should be the favourite overall when there's such a rating gap, but it would still be a very difficult match, wouldn't it? So very well done.